Oh, dear God, the things I do for content. So hi, and welcome to Hamburg Altona Station. I know it might not look like much, besides the nearby pedestrianized streets, close proximity to an IKEA, bookstore, lots of great film material, and station building with a parking lot growing on top out of it like a giant wart, making you wish that the beautiful old building had never been replaced. But this morning, we're going to catch a train here.
Oh, you're in the shot.
And not just any train. I know I've talked about Deutsche Bahn's problems in the past, but their high-speed trains are nice. Not necessarily the most punctual, maybe in comparison to Amtrak or Via, but the ICE trains are nice. Today, my husband Xander and I are seeing if it's worth riding these German high-speed trains in first class, as we head from Hamburg to Berlin, a route we've traveled many times before, this time to go to a Noah Kahn concert. It's a premium price, but it's the nicest seat in the country, supposedly.
Really cool that the floor comes pre-piston.
Let's see how our journey goes, while also going into the ins, outs, and weirdness of Deutsche Bahn's premium product. You know, when I say it like that, it sounds like I'm presenting a non-stop Eurotrip video. Ah, the Deutsche Bahn, austerity-riddled railway problem child of Central Europe. A great case for why railways should never be privatized, even if in this case, the sole owner is still the German government. Thanks to some convenient sales, these first-class tickets end up costing a total of 56 euros. First class comes with often less crowded compartments compared to second class, more spacious seats, and table service. Oh, and free newspapers and magazines if that's your thing.
They make you read old magazines!
Weirdly enough, a first class ticket does not guarantee access to the DB lounge, which can be found at stations in major German cities. No, instead, if you'd like to gain access to this exclusive lounge on your next train trip across Germany, let me instead recommend you read Kafka's The Castle. Our trip today starts in Hamburg Altona and is heading to Berlin Spandau, with onward service to Berlin Hauptbahnhof and then down to Munich. Except, thanks to some much needed construction work, our railway journey is going to be rerouted away from the normal northern route, instead go through the city of Hanover on its way to Berlin. So instead of our journey being done in under 90 minutes, it'll be closer to 2.5 hours, based on estimations from friends who've taken the same trip recently, and also the ever-reliable source that is Reddit. Hopefully it'll be smooth sailing, or railing.
61 and 64. Here we go. Private table.
Is it okay if I sit in this one so that I'm in the direction of the train?
Yeah, of course.
Because I get...
Here, let's do a seat review. Cool little sign saying that we're reserved. The table expands.
There's more than enough space for the suitcase.
Oh, that's good.
If you were curious about that.
Been blind.
The arms on the seat rest go up too, which is nice.
Yeah.
I don't always do that.
We have a European style outlet because what else? And the seat has a bit of recline. Oh, but it's a little tough. Also, the airline style seats have tray tables and feet rest high. Very nice. Very cool Deutsche Bahn. Our station's not even on there, but thanks to some fun construction, we're going a route that, like, instead of like the normal 1.5 hour route, we're being routed through like Hanover, and it's adding another hour. I should mention, catering isn't included. The spare price tickets don't even get you lounge access, but you can order the food directly to your seat and they'll bring it, so you don't have to go to the actual dining car and mingle with the plebs in second class. So here is the dining car, the board bistro. Actually really nice booth seating in here. I know a lot of them just have the more bar-like setup, so this is quite nice. Though I'm assuming if you were going all the way to Munich, it would be a must. I've never done a train bathroom review before, so it's clean. It smells very much so like they just used some bathroom cleaner in it. Soap stocked. The train doesn't depart for another half an hour and just happened to pull in, so I feel comfortable filming.
Dear passengers, this train is cancelled now. Please go to platform 14. There's a new train to Munich via Berlin.
That's right, our train was canceled with us on board.
That's the train we were on, and also apparently there's police activity. I think it's sending us back to the platform we were just on. They just changed it. So, yeah, the one that we were on, which was IC 707 towards Munich, has been canceled. But that one's going to leave at another one labeled IC 599, also towards Munich. We'll be there in like 20 minutes. And then because they canceled it, I believe we can ride in similar seats, but we don't have a reservation, but I think we can get some sort of refund.
We were sent to catch a replacement on another platform, and then that had its platform changed back to the platform we just got off on.
Check the app, and apparently since it's more than 20 minutes late, even though we got like the discount fare, we can still ride any other train that will get us to our destination in first class. So here's a fun fact. The train we were just on didn't leave. It just changed number. So the train was canceled and we lost our reservation, and the next train we need to get on is the same train we were just on. Did you get all that? I'm so glad I'm filming this absolute clusterfuck. Screw it, I'm getting back on the train.
Now, the new train heading towards Munich via Berlin is actually our old train, just with a new number, which I guess means we board back into the same first class compartment, but now we've lost our seat reservation.
Alright, so we've been delayed once again. I think this is the first time I've ever been on a train that's been delayed, canceled, but then the replacement train is the same train as before, but with a new number, and then that's also been delayed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the ICE to Munich. Our next stop, Hanover, today is a delay around about 13 minutes. I'm informing about your connections as soon as possible. But first of all, wish you a pleasant journey.
Once we were settled down again on board and set off, it was announced that our new train was also going to be rerouted and would not be going through Berlin at all. Best case scenario, our normally hour-and-a-half long trip would take nearly 4. In reality, it took nearly 5. Thanks to the DB's generous ticket policy though, once our train was cancelled the first time, despite us having the cheapest first class ticket option, we were allowed to take any other DB train combination possible to get to our destination. As such, we would have no problem getting to Berlin. The real question was, when?
Bord Bistro, Bord Restaurant, der Wagen mit Ordnungsnummer 10. Jetzt Appetit auf eine Kaffeespezialität, Kaffee Crema, Latte Macchiato, Cappuccino haben, ein Kaltgetränk oder ein leckerer Snack. Wir freuen uns dort auf Ihren Besuch. Der Wagen mit Ordnungsnummer 10 befindet sich im hinteren Zugteil zwischen der ersten und zweiten Wagenklasse. Bis gleich.
Finally, the Deutsche Bahn has driven me to drink.
After a round of onboard beers and lamenting about life's many little annoyances, we ride for a small layover in Hanover. Ah, Hanover. Regaled by many Germans as a rather boring city, but it's actually a place I'm kind of fond of. Also, the Hauptbahnhof in Hanover is awesome, and probably one of the best places you could possibly have a layover like this.
Alright, we have like, what, 30 minutes, 35 minutes in Hanover, so let's do an elevator smell test review. I don't know if this is the one that goes all the way down. We should go get hot box. Let's see. It has a rainbow, so +1 for gay. No, there is a little bit of piss.
Like the tiniest bit, but it mostly just smells like food.
Yeah, it smells like chow mein with a hint of piss.
This is unironically my favorite train station to go through in Germany, if only because I think it has the best selection of shops.
Alright, I do love Mineral Town. For those watching at home, by the way, I'm not sponsored by Media Games, but they're a good retro game shop. Oh boy, it's Hotbox. Don't the viewers at home need to see the beauty of eating chicken out of a vending machine? We found a German insomnia cookies. Like once again, like Hanover Hauptbahnhof delivers. And I guess this is where we'll be waiting for the next 15 minutes, because first class is split between the front and rear on this next one.
Our new train, when it finally arrived, was a much older ICE 2 set. Thankfully, we were able to grab any unreserved seat on board, and it was a rather empty train, and we're even able to make some friendly banter with the conductor when he came by to scan our tickets. If I can give the DB props in any area, it's despite the many service delays and disruptions. Time and time again, DB staff have been incredibly kind and helpful. All my complaints here are strictly higher level, it'll be fixed with less privatization and more funding. None of these issues are with the staff members themselves.
The seat just kind of slides on its own. So, yeah. Certainly older.
Eventually, we reached Berlin, and in time for our concert too. Needless to say, as soon as I stepped off that train, I breathed a sigh of relief. Truly, that was a painful journey. Even if the seats were nice and themselves a nice upgrade from the standard class fare, which is also pretty comfy, the constant delays and issues meant I wouldn't fault you if, at least until this construction is done, you often take a Flixbus or even rent a car when traveling between Berlin and Hamburg, if time is of the essence anyway. I do want to mention, prior to the current set of construction, I took this route every few months and it wasn't nearly so bad. Oh, and for comparison, coming back from Berlin, we decided to just try using the Deutsche ticket and riding regional trains to Hamburg. Basically the same trip, but with many more connections. And despite all those connections and heading through cities such as Stendal and Wolfsburg, the entire trip was actually around half an hour faster than our ICE trip the day prior. So much for high-speed rail, am I right?
We finally made it to Berlin. We're staying at a spa hotel for the concert. You don't need to see that. What y'all probably want to know is first class on the ICE worth it?
Okay, no, enjoy video, because I want to go shower.
Alright, I'm gonna go buy a swimsuit and then go kvetch at the DB to give me a partial refund.
Now, your mileage may vary when taking the ICE, and I do want to mention that, as I know a lot of people watching this channel perhaps are planning to visit Germany for the first time, or I don't know, or just interested in international rail. So today's question is, hey Jamie, would you ever cover rail outside of Germany? And the answer is yes. In general though, I would love to cover other countries as well. I just covered Germany because I live here and I feel like there's not a lot of English language resources. I don't know how to end this off. My screen just went off, so my computers are asleep. So